John Coyne made an amateur porn. You heard that right. Hey, y'all, Jamie here, proud 56-year-old trans woman from New Orleans. So, where last I left off, on a very serious note, I had gotten into a very big fight during Southern Decadence with the guy I was dating, Danny. And it led to me ending up in the bathtub with a 25 semi automatic in my hands. And my friend Brittany had to talk it out of my hands. And I was not actually going to use it. I was being very melodramatic, like highly melodramatic. I was drunk and high, and I was just being really melodramatic. What led up to it, y'all? There was a thing during Southern Decadence. That's what weekend it was that when this happened. And during Southern Decadence, what goes down is all the bars come up with, fun things to do for each Southern Decadence to make money and bring people in. So my idea, mud wrestling. That's right, trans mud wrestling. I said no one had ever had trans people doing mud wrestling. I thought it was brilliant. Everybody at the bar thought it was brilliant. So what did we do? We got a family-sized blow-up swimming pool to put in the courtyard. We knew a guy that frequented the bar with his girlfriend who worked for Dow Corning, and he was able to get the real stuff that they use for mud wrestling. It looks like a Wendy's Frosty, but it feels like lube. It's like cold lube, but thick lube, like quicksand lube. Okay, so yeah, we had like kegs of this stuff to put into the pool for us to wrestle in. I had gotten into. Okay, here was the thing. The wrestling I was doing, I was emceeing and hostessing. I was participating, wrestling other trans girls. And there was boy on boy events and girl on girl events, like cis girl on cis girl events. The winner of the boy on boy events, I agreed to do an exhibition match with. And so after the end and the boys had done their thing and they fought, the boy that won was a 23-year-old Marine, gorgeous Marine. Blue eyes, black hair, tan, just hot. And he had beat the shit out of this boy in the mud. Not beat him, but had whooped his ass, wrestling. And he was all excited to wrestle with me, and I was excited to wrestle with him. Listen, I was dating somebody, but I was not fucking dead or blind, okay? So I got in the mud with this boy, and we wrestle around for a bit, and then he pinned me. And of course, when he pinned me, he leaned down and kissed me. The guy I was dating saw it. He was there and he saw it. And that kicked off the fight that led to me being in the bathtub with a 25 semi automatic. My dear friend Brittany, who did my silicone work, she was talking the gun out of my hands. Was I actually going to use it? No, I was not. I was not actually going to do it. I am not suicidal. I've never been suicidal. I'm not into the idea of unaliving myself. Not. But I was being dramatic, highly dramatic. I was drunk and high, and I was just being dramatic. I wanted the attention. I wanted to get Danny's attention because he had really hurt my feelings, and it was stupid, but it was what it was. So after this, after Southern Decadence weekend is over with, I go back to work the following week. And what do I hear? I hear that my sugar daddy, John Coyne, had been seen with another girl named Stephanie Williams. Stephanie Williams, okay, Stephanie had a whole thing going on the internet with this site where she was doing, porno. Yeah, she was doing corn. I guess that's what she said. I stupid. I'm not going to do that. She was making adult videos, okay? And she was filming them in her house. She was having boys come over and, she was everyone that she saw, she was getting on tape and she was making money for it. She brought John back to her house. She brought John back to her house and filmed a video of her pegging him with a big old 14-inch dildo up his ass and filmed the whole thing. And had already posted it. Listen, had already aired it, had already posted it online. Y'all, I was so disgusted. I was so disgusted. First of all, no shame on what anybody is into sexually, but I personally have never been into being a top. You know, it just was never my thing. You know, and especially that was one of the things I looked forward to the most about having bottom surgery, was the fact that nobody would ever be able to expect dick from me again. You know, that was like the biggest, not the biggest, but it was one of the big things that I was so excited about bottom surgery for. And John Coyne had hurt my feelings. Obviously, that's what he wanted, and obviously, I was not that girl. You know, and I guess that's how Stephanie, she caught him drunk, and, you know, she got him to do it. So what happened? Yeah. John comes into Le Roundup at 819 St. Louis Street, and I tell him, by the way, did you have fun with Stephanie? Did you have fun making that video and embarrassing the fuck out of me in front of everybody I know? Because John thought that he and I were like legit dating after me and Mickey broke up. Like he thought that was his end and that we were in a real relationship at that point. Even though he was still a sugar daddy to me, he thought we were in a real relationship. So therefore, him doing that with Stephanie, highly inappropriate under the terms of what we were seeing each other under. Y'all, I told him, get the fuck out and don't you ever look at me again. And he started crying and begging me. And then he begged me, please, Jamie, I'll do anything if you just give me one more chance. And if y'all want to know what happens next, darling, y'all know the routine. Be here next time and I will too. I love you all. I love you all for watching and I love you for the comments. I'll talk to you later, y'all. Bye.